I've been with Chloe for 3 years, and if you saw us on a Tuesday night, you'd think we were the it couple. She's a pediatric nurse, incredibly patient, and honestly, the kindest soul I've ever met. She spends her weekends volunteering at animal shelters, and she's the only person who can make my grumpy dad actually laugh. But there's a version of Chloe that only comes out after 9 p.m. on a Saturday. It started at my sister's engagement party last summer. Chloe had 2 margaritas, and suddenly she was telling my future brother-in-law that his haircut made him look like a generic thumb. I brushed it off. I thought, maybe she's just stressed. Then came the 4th of July barbecue. After a few hard seltzers, she decided to lecture my boss about why his investment strategy was ethically bankrupt, in front of his entire family. By 10 p.m., she was trying to start a synchronized swimming routine in a kiddie pool. The worst part? The next morning, she's back to being sweet Chloe. She makes blueberry pancakes, hums along to the radio, and has zero memory of the chaos. When I try to bring it up, she laughs it off. She says I'm being dramatic, or that I'm just not a party person. Last weekend was the breaking point. My company's annual gala. I'd just been put up for partner, and this was the night. Chloe looked stunning in this emerald silk dress. She promised me 1 glass of wine. By the time the main course hit, she'd finished 3 martinis. She stood up on her chair and started a toast that quickly turned into a roast of the CEO. She called him Old Money Mike and suggested he donate his bonus to people with actual talent. When I tried to gently lead her away, she shoved me. She yelled, loud enough for the whole room to hear, that I was suffocating her soul. I drove her home in a silence so thick you could cut it with a knife. The next morning, she was at the stove, flipping eggs. How was the gala, babe? I think I fell asleep early. I didn't say a word. I just pulled out my phone and played the video I'd recorded. I watched the color drain from her face. She watched herself, screaming at my boss, dancing on that chair, looking unrecognizable. She didn't get angry this time. She just sat down on the kitchen floor and whispered, my dad used to do this. I promised myself I'd never be the person people had to apologize for. She hasn't touched a drop since, but every time we walk past a bar, I can still feel the ghost of that emerald dress shaking in my arms.